Hello, and what's going on, everyone? I'm Wes, and why is that festive? Yes, we're going to be asking ourselves today as we get into Griffin SaddleBags Book 2, Part 1. We're going to be breaking down these subclasses in two parts. Uh, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. So up on your screen, you're going to see my tier ranking being S tier overpowered, needs to be toned down, can easily overshadow other classes. A is absolutely where we want to be. B has a build in mind, not bad. C is just like mid. I mean, you're basically just your class if you're a C. D is DM intervention. So let's go right into it. These classes have not been updated for 2024. You can play them on D&D Beyond with like a 2024 class, but they haven't been updated to the revised version. I'm just gonna start calling it 5e revised instead of 2024 because we're in 2025. We're almost in 2026. We're already halfway through the year. So first we have our Path of the Infernal Barbarian. If you've ever played Tales of Vesperia, I think it was that one. Uh, if not, it was the other Tales. Anyway, if you ever played Tales, you know this. You know who you are, right? First up, you're gonna get Hellfire Claws, and that is gonna let you add d6 fire damage, and it does scale as you get higher in level to all of your weapon attacks. And if you don't make a weapon attack this turn, you can make an unarmed strike and add the damage to your unarmed strike. You're also going to get the ability to speak Infernal or Abyssal with your Hellborn, a feature that lets you add your strength to your persuasion or intimidation checks. 2024 revised barbarians can already do that. Well, at least to their intimidation. So it's kind of redundant, but I mean, you get an added feature. And once you get to level 10, you can just add this to all charisma checks. So once again, some scaling. Infernal Warrior at level 6 is you get fire resistance, which is always on, but then the rest of this revolves around grappling, because if you grapple someone, you're not doing damage. So if their grapple lands, you just do your fire damage to them. And if you have somebody grappled at the end of their turn still, they take fire damage. It's cool if you plan on like really leaning into the infernal arm and grappling, hitting someone every turn while they're grappled. But if you don't plan on grappling, then. And then level 10, Planar Conspirator. I kind of get it, but at the same time, I'm like, why? The name, I mean, you can cast a spell. You're a barbarian who gets spells, so that's pretty cool, but it's weird. Um, I don't think it fits the whole. I mean, okay, I guess it fits with their Hellborn feature, but it's, in my opinion. Incinerating Wrath lets you use cast Hellish Rebuke. That's pretty cool as a barbarian. When you take damage, like, I can cast a spell, eat fire damage. It's weird though that as a barbarian, you would probably want to take Elemental Adept Fire. So, well, actually, good multi-class for Infernal Warlock. Good multi-class potential. Same thing with the Nailrigger. So, I'm just gonna actually give this Barbarian a B, because once again, the whole level 6 feature really, it's all build, like it's all about grappling. So this is a grappling barbarian, I guess. You cannot grapple, but your level 6 feature just gives you fire resistance, and if you're not taking fire damage, you don't have a level 6 feature. So I think this barbarian's a B. Moving on to the College of Mercantile Bard.
I like some of the Gaga songs. What the does she know about cameras?
Money, 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 money. Anyway, coin flip. So this is a feature I really don't like, because you're going to give out your bardic inspiration. Then when your friend goes to roll that bardic inspiration, you take it away from them and flip a coin instead. If it's heads, they max their bardic inspiration, but if it's tails, then the DM takes the bardic inspiration, which is kind of like really sucks for your friend, because like it was like, oh, I'm gonna roll my d8 that I need for my saving throw, and I only needed a 1, but now it's a failure. Thanks a lot. Then you're gonna get Magic Coin, which is lets you make a spell attack. It's a D12. I mean, and it scales, but it actually doesn't scale as fully as a full cantrip. At level 6, you gain the ability to spy on people and or give yourself advantage on charisma checks. Well, give yourself advantage on persuasion checks to whoever's holding this special coin. Yeah, Money Talks really is not a good feature either because, enhanceability exists. There's so many ways to spy on people. If you have a recurring NPC in your campaign, you could give this to. At 14th level, you gain the ability to not spend money on spells if the material component costs no more than 500 gold, and you can use interact with an object as bonus action. I mean, there's a lot you kind of do as a bard with your bonus action already. So, guys, this is like a D. This is a D tier bard. My first D tier bard. Oh my goodness. It's sad. It is sad to see, guys. Okay, festive domain, and this is why I made the intro, because look at the spell list, guys. First of all, what are you cooking up that people are putting out stinking clouds? Like, I don't want anything you're cooking, bro. Um, Also, you're gonna gain proficiency in heavy armor. This class wasn't like adjusted for 5e revised, but it's available on D&D Beyond unless they updated it at the time of this recording. After the time of this recording. Um but anyway, level 1 you're gonna get table turner, which makes you sound more like a DJ than a cook. When somebody hurts you, you can use your reaction to make them take poison damage. It's a saving throw, but they do take half damage on success, and half damage is half damage, no matter what. It's cool. They also become poisoned for a round. And you can do this wisdom modifier times per day. So pretty cool. You're also gonna get healing draft, which is just a slightly better healing potion, but this is your channel divinity. Your entire channel divinity is you make one healing potion. Yeah. Strong stomach gives you resistance to acid and poison damage, which is, I mean, I don't know how often you take acid damage. And if you're drunk or poisoned, you can just use an action to suppress that for a minute. I mean, if you're playing a character that doesn't drink, irrelevant. If you guys don't have drinking rules in your game, irrelevant. If you guys if you have a paladin who can just lay on hands you, irrelevant. If you decided to cast one of the spells you gain from this subclass, this feature's irrelevant. At least for the resistance part. But yeah, let's just move on. Once again, this right here is only if you're using the old classes. With the new classes, this feature is gone. Oh, unless they updated it. And then finally at level 17, you're gonna get Heroes Feast. Well, mini Heroes Feast, knockoff Heroes Feast. We have Heroes Feast at home. That's what this is, guys. What are you? You're the festive domain. You're a cook, but you're also making healing potions, and you have poison cloud and stuff on your. I mean, I guess the difference between medicine and poison is the dose, but I don't know. I'm thinking this is a C tier. Oh man, we are not starting off good, guys. But there's hope in our Druid. The Circle of the Dragon Druid is so cool. Because instead of training a dragon, you become one. First off, you're gonna get Draconic Lore, which lets you it gives you proficiency in history, or sorry, gives you expertise in any dragon related history check. Then you're gonna get Dragon Shape. This lets you wild shape into a dragon. Well, a drake, I guess, at this point. A young Degrassi drake with no wings. So I can't believe I just said that. Anyway, you can turn into like a dragon. You're gonna gain a bonus to your AC. You're gonna gain a bite attack. You're also going to gain temporary hit points. But not like the normal version that druids get. You're gonna get like an enhanced version similar to like the spores or moon druid, which is awesome. You're gonna improvise dragon shape, which is gonna give you a bonus to your AC again. You're gonna get claw attack added to your bite attack, so you can bite, claw, claw, bite. You're gonna get multi-attack in a sense as well. And then you're also gonna get dark vision out to 60 feet. It increases by 30 feet if you already have it. And if you... There's another feature here. Oh, yeah, magic resistance. Your attacks are considered magical for overcoming resistance. And old 5e and revised, you're good, because that feature doesn't exist. Draconic magic at level 10 is going to let you cast spells while in wild shape. These are specifically 3rd level or lower. So the Moon Druid can cast whatever's on their spell list. You can cast any spell. Just has to be under 3rd level. You're also going to get a bonus to your AC. And finally, you're going to be able to fly. You're going to get a fly speed of 30 feet. And then at level 14, you're going to get your final bonus to your AC. You're going to be able to claw, claw, bite, or bite, bite, claw. You're going to be able to attack 3 times. And on top of that, you can fly faster now because your fly speed increases and your reach increases. I didn't even mention the fact that you get a breath weapon at level 3 and it scales in like damage and size as you get higher in level. This is an absolute A. There's no bad features to this druid. Everything just gets better as you level up. The features, yeah, you become a dragon. Dude, I once made a 4-way multi-class to make a character become a dragon. And this one just does it, straight class, which is awesome. So I'm gonna get a A on mechanics, but an S on flavor. Makes me want to make a dragon inspired party. Make like dragon monk, dragon druid, dragon ranger, dragon sorcerer. One of them's obviously got to be a dragonborn. All right, so the Steelhawk Fighter is your dragoon. You're gonna launch into the air with your lance, and you're gonna come down and deal more damage with your first feature launch. So, if you know how the movement rules work in D&D, and your DM knows how the movement rules work in D&D, just make up your own rules because this whole feature is way too wordy, and relying on them is just a lot. But then you're also gonna get Nimble Lancer. Oh, cool part though. Relying on this feature is a lot. But you do more damage whenever you hit someone. And then with Nimble Lancer, you can have the versatile feature on your lance when you're not mounted. So, because the whole thing is you can wield a lance and launch into the air. So you're not going to have a horse. And normally the lance has the whole horse workaround. It's got the special rules. And the special rules are dumb on it. You're also going to gain the ability to cast Animal Messenger at this level, specifically on birds. I mean, I've used Animal Messenger like twice within the past 3 years of my current campaign, so it's free, and it's your 3rd level 3 feature, which is cool. Steel Grace, though, at level 7, this is awesome because you ignore the disadvantage on stealth checks of armor. Not just medium, like Medium Armor Master used to do, but like all armor. And on top of that, you gain evasion. It's not called evasion, but you gain evasion. Then at level 10, your crit range increases. If you hit a creature, they make a save, and you can reduce their speed. So you got like weapon mastery built in. And if you hit a creature while they're in the sky and their speed is reduced to 0, they fall, unless they have the hover trait. But typically they fall. And you also gain proficiency or expertise if you already have it in the perception skill. I don't know why they named this feature, guys, but Predatory Instincts gives you advantage on initiative rolls, which you could have got if you had the alert feat. But yeah, why the name? I get it, Bird of Prey. You could have just called it Bird of Prey. Improve launch. Lets you knock people prone now as part of getting hit. In addition, you can super launch yourself. Like 90 feet. However, you take no damage, but you take a level of exhaustion every time you use this feature. It's kind of wordy, it's kind of a bit complicated, but it sounds a lot of fun. So I think I might just give this subclass a I'm just gonna give it a B. No, I'm gonna give it an A. I'm gonna give the Steelhawk Fighter A because there's really nothing bad here. The extra wordiness is so you can actually make sure the movement rules work and the jumping rules work properly. In case you or your DM didn't know how they work. But so it's an A. The Way of Aether monk, however you want to pronounce it, it's sort of like your Sun Soul monk, where it's like your Sun Soul meets your what was your other planar monk? It's like a cross between two monks, honestly. And it does it pretty well because Spirit Strike is your Sun Soul's Key Blast ability, which works with wisdom, and you could just be like, yeah, like a Dragon Ball character. And then Spirit Hands is going to let you cast Mage Hand for free. So Mage Hand and free Key Blast. That's not bad. At level 6, you gain the ability to cast Gentle Repose, see invisibility for the cost of 2 focus or key points. And I did not read the second half of Gentle Repose until now, guys. And man, this probably could have saved a few characters in our campaign if we would have read it correctly. You're also going to gain Spare the Dying, which the revised version is way better. Furthermore, you're going to get Dismiss Undead. This is going to give your fist the Destroy Undead feature, which I think is super cool. Like, it's got this little table, which is the same table as Destroy Undead. You know, you hit somebody with an unarmed strike or stunning strike, and if they're undead, and they're weak, they're just dead. They become a corpse. Ghost Walker lets you turn invisible for the cost of a focus point, but it only lasts to the end of your turn. Or for the call, you could do this with your Step of the Wind feature for the cost of an extra focus point. And when you're doing this with your Step of the Wind feature, you can also move through the space of creatures or objects that just aren't more than 4 inches. So honestly, I think Ghostwalker is really cool as well. Your 17th level feat, you gain True Sight out to 60 feet, and the Etherealness spell, which only lasts for a minute. I feel like your level 3, your level 17 features are like not bad, but there's nothing amazing about them. But your level 6 and your level 10 features are so cool. This is an A tier monk, just because you know, punch from a distance. You can punch from up close. You get free spells that aren't very expensive. You get a cool feature with Ghostwalker whenever you're stepping up the wind, or if you're not, and it's not that expensive either. And then Dismiss Undead is just so cool. Boom! Skeleton Dust. This is A. A in mechanics, S in flavor. Okay, so those have been the subclasses. At least the first half of them. We'll be doing the second half at another time in the future. So thank you for joining me. I've been Wes Where's the Fun. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye.